Hey everyone, it's John here with the Linger Family Dispensary. Um, I'm just gonna create this video and I'm just gonna kind of free flow it. So let's see how it goes. This last week was South by Southwest, and I have to say I had an amazing time since I launched the website, and I just have to say that the support that I've gotten so far has been great. And I've reached out to a lot of people, and it seems that everybody that I talk to about this kind of is gonna support it, which is cool, and it's really nice to see people support something that I'm pouring my heart into, and it's just really cool to see how many other people kind of think the same way. If you'll bear with me on how tired I am, I just spent the whole day volunteering at Habitat for Humanity. Same thing with yesterday, and it's a really great store. Much better than Goodwill for community service, I would have to say. It seems like the people there are a lot more upbeat and wanting to actually help out the community. The one that I'm working at is the only one here in Austin, Texas, so I definitely recommend going out there and checking out the store if you haven't before. It's kind of like a Home Depot of Goodwill. They get a lot of donations of home supplies, and they recycle it in use of their builds later on. And all the people there are really nice, really fun, and I have a lot of really good stories from the people that I've met there. I just got recommended a really good book to read today by an older gentleman, and with you. I'll share that with you later on once I start to get to reading it. I just want to take this time to once again thank everybody for supporting this movement again. It's kind of weird for me to be doing this. I never thought that I would be on the front lines of all of this and really trying to be one of the faces out there that's in support of cannabis and everything that has to go along with it. I'll give you a little bit of history with me and my use. Let's see. It's been quite a time that I've been using it recreationally. I'm gonna say, let me do some quick math here. I'm gonna say it's probably been a good 9 to 10 years that I've been using recreationally. Probably a little shorter than that. I probably have my timeline a little wrong. And if you personally know me, you know how old I am, and I am fully legal in all areas of the law. Whether or not it may be legal in my state, but just that's just kind of just so you know my age range. I know I may look young, but I'm old enough, so I'll just keep it at that. Um, and let's see. Um, when I was in sixth grade, I actually remember some people coming to my middle school and talking to us about marijuana, cannabis, all that kind of stuff, and kind of scaring us away from it. And I remember at that time too, I believed what they said, and I remember telling one of my friends, "Hey, let's not get into that." And growing up, I had already seen many of my family members partake in the use of cannabis. Um, and I had seen kind of the trouble they've got into due to the laws here in Texas. They are very strict on use of it. So I don't know what really changed my mind about it. I think it was when I really started to look into it myself and get knowledge on it from the internet and just other sources that I made a decision on my own to go and experiment with it. Now, I'm not advocating for any young people to go use it. I'm not advocating you to go use it. I'm just telling you my story here. Um, and I remember the first few times, like everyone, it takes a few times for it to hit. But I remember the first time that I did feel, the effects of cannabis. It was something completely life changing, and it wasn't anything negative. I felt, uplifted. I felt happy. I felt at peace, but I didn't feel like I was doing my body any harm. And I guess what's what's funny about it is I don't really do much else other than cannabis. I'm kind of the black sheep in my family. I don't drink alcohol whatsoever. I've never have. It's never appealed to me. In terms of other, drugs that are out there, legal and illegal, I have no affinity towards them. And that also came from growing up, seeing family members overdose on harder drugs such as heroin, cocaine, things like that, and seeing the complications that it caused in their life. And then also in 10th grade, I lost a friend to an overdose on Klonopin, and he was older than me at the time. But that was kind of the biggest thing that really, really set in my mind that, hey, there are things out there that are going to harm your body, and you better do some research before you partake in anything. And I've definitely done my research on cannabis and everything else that I put into my body. And I have to say that over these past years that I've used, I have not felt any detrimental effects at all. If you know a little bit about me from my personal life, I went to one of the most highly academic schools in San Antonio until that accident happened with my friend, and then I kind of got thrust out of childhood and into reality, and from there, I just kind of started my life journey, and I can tell you more about that later on. I just want to try to keep the video shorter because it's starting to drag on a little bit. I didn't realize how easy it is to just kind of ramble on in these things. But yeah, so my history is very, very focused on recreational, and it wasn't until this last year when I'm not going to go into full details until you actually get to know me a little bit more, because I don't know if the person who this is involved with wants me to share all this information yet. But it was a very, very, very close person to me who got affected by a horrible illness, and they reached out to me and they wanted me to try to alleviate their pain through use of cannabis because they were prescribed over 10 different narcotic and opiates, and they did not like the way that it was making their body feel. And it took them a good while for them to convince me, but once I started treating them with this oil and edibles and cannabis itself, I got to witness the actual miracle of marijuana. And it was that, along with my whole history, that truly has made me become a full-time activist in this scene. And currently, I am in trouble with the law because I was trying to help that person, and I unfortunately got pulled over with some of the medicine. So I am actually completely sober and off of cannabis, and I have to say it was a cold turkey thing. It wasn't anything for me. It was just pure willpower of just saying, hey, do I want to spend more time on probation or in jail, or do I just want to get this done with and get it over with? And I want to bring up something that my mom actually asked me. She asked me the other day, so, hey, how are you feeling now that you're done, using cannabis for this time? And I told her, hey, it's no big difference at all. I don't feel any different. And then she asked me a question, which I still don't have the answer to. She asked me, so then why do you do it if you don't feel any change? And it's a really good question, and I think it has to do more with what it stands for, and it's not a whole thing, like down with the man, things kind of like that. It's more of knowing that this substance that I'm using and I'm choosing to do won't bring me harm, and I like to show people that, hey, even though I'm using this substance that may be taboo, may be illegal, and you may not know too much about it, look at me and look at what I'm doing. I'm no different than you. I'm just trying to be a normal person, trying to start my career, trying to hopefully lay down a foundation for a future family. And that's all I want to do. I just want to make sure that I'm happy and the people around me are happy. And if I choose to use cannabis, then so what? I have chosen to do something that is completely safe in my regards. Everybody reacts to it differently. I'm not going to say that it's completely harmless to everyone. But overall, if you look at the statistics against it with cannabis and everything else, you'll start to realize too that it is not a bad substance at all. And thankfully, there's a lot of good things going on across the states in terms of medical marijuana and the legalization of just recreational. And I'll be posting some more videos later about the news stuff. But in the meantime, if you want to keep up to date with things like that, I definitely recommend checking out a woman, an awesome girl named Coral Reefer 420. She's on YouTube under Coralfish19, I believe, and she also runs a another service called NewsNug, and they have kind of all the up to date news there. I'm gonna try to start to partake in kind of those things too, because they said something really pertinent in their last video, that when you hear news from your friends, it kind of sticks with you a little bit more, and I believe that to be true. So I'm trying to be a source of information for my friends as well, and for the community here in Texas and across the world as well, because the more people that get talking about this and the more people that expose the truth and expose just these stories and these awesome discoveries with cannabis, the faster the world will catch on to changing legal legislation about the legality of cannabis and all that surrounds it. Um, and So with all that said, I know this is kind of a long video and I've been rambling. I'm gonna try to get a little bit better at these. These are my first. This is my first one. Just trying to go off the cuff. So I'm gonna hopefully get some more subscribers soon. I'm gonna be promoting this a little bit more. I hope all of you share this video with your friends. All I'm doing is gonna be talking like this. I'm gonna be sharing my experiences. I'm gonna be sharing my time. I'm gonna be showing you cool things that I find interesting. And I'm going to go out in the community and I'm going to network with people who believe in the things that we do and who are upstanding citizens. I hope to one day, like I said, turn this into a recording company and full-fledged production company. And I also want to have models for the Linger family. But not models in the sense of, like, here I am naked, or here's my, this body part, that body part. I want to have role models. I want to showcase people that are doing good in this world who also support cannabis, whether they use it or not, whether they be teachers, nurses, parents, family members, just whoever, because I know there are a ton of people who use this, and it's just kind of now time to start speaking out and coming out of the cannabis closet, I would have to say. And just speaking out and saying, hey, I use weed, I like to smoke, and I'm also just a nice person. Because with the way that things are now, there needs to be a change with the kind of role models that we have for the future generations. I myself have a younger sister, and I want the world to be kind of a better place for her while she grows up. And it kind of seems that right now, like I said in my first video, that all the people that are out there that are influential in social media and just in general in the public really aren't doing anything good. And it's a very unfortunate atmosphere that's being promoted by many of the big companies. And it's very unfortunate how people just kind of eat it up. And it's just time to now start promoting better and bigger things, better things for the future for the kids. We got to get kids really, really interested in getting educated again. I've been seeing a lot of awesome videos of some really, really influential young thinkers. I'll try to link some of the videos in the description later. Also, keep an eye out on my blog. I have a bunch of pictures up from this past South by, and I'm going to be constantly linking just really, really cool stories and really, really cool people through that blog as well. And if you're still here watching this, thank you. I know it's been a kind of a ramble and kind of haphazard ideas just going through all this right now. And yeah, just I think I'll stop right here. If I find something else to say, I'll make another video or something. But I think I've said enough for right now. I just want to once again thank you for supporting all this. The Linger family. It's gonna be a really, really fun journey. Honestly, I have no idea where this is gonna go, but I am very excited. And I'm gonna warn you that I live close to a train, and there's a train coming by right now. So if you hear that, I'm very sorry. But thanks for tuning in and just spending some time with me. I know this video kind of ended up kind of long, but if you're here at the end, once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and check me out on all the social media stuff. I'll link it in the bottom. Just have a nice night and linger, everybody. I think you might be able to hear the train. So good night.